Hey y'all. So I am making this video about Tire Agent. If you have wanted to get some tires but probably couldn't afford it at the time as far as to buy it in full, especially if you have a foreign vehicle and I've been looking into trying to get a tire through Tire Agent, you should watch this review. So I had to, we're in February right now. So in October that just passed, I had to purchase some brand new tires, a pair of 2 tires for my vehicles, the BMW X1. And I needed to get the tires because I couldn't afford them to get them at the time straight out. So basically what I did was I researched, I found the best company that I could get that could allow me to finance the tires. Because I was feeling like, well, we can finance anything else, so why not the tires? So found them Tire Agent, applied, and I was able to find a company that would finance me. And at the time, well, it still is, but the price was like $20 a week to be able to pay for it. And then I had the option of the 90 days to pay it off. So that way I wouldn't have to worry about consistently paying even more than I needed to. So I recently, this week actually, I had a flat tire on one of those specific tires. Because I do Uber, so I'm pretty sure it definitely added on to that. But I did also, I was told that the tire was punctured, so hence that I need to get a whole new tire. So I'm gonna tell you the process of what it is to get a new tire through Tire Agent. The process of finding out how you can get a tow truck through Tire Agent. So when I first ordered everything, it didn't come into perspective at the time as for why some things took place that didn't make sense, but I didn't question it. Something that didn't make sense at the time that I didn't question until recently, really till like yesterday, was I didn't get my order information emailed to me after I bought the tires. But I got the leasing information, as far as the leasing company that I was with, the financing company, how much it was going to cost me and all that stuff. So I got that, but I never got the order number as far as the details and stuff, aside from whatever I screenshotted during the process of the order. So I didn't realize that because I didn't have my contract number. All I had was, at the time, my phone number and the reference number or something like that, right? So when I'm calling, trying to find out what can I do about this tire, because I know I got the warranty on it, I call up there and they say, well, we got to send you this warranty claims form, and then they're going to reach out to you. So I go and fill out the warranty claims form, and as I'm filling it out, I see that it says that it could take 1 to 2 days for them to actually get back to me. In my mind, that's way too long. I could be on the side of the road, and this could be an issue, and I have to wait for the warranty claims department to let me know what's going on. So I filled it out. I was like, well, I guess I got to take a knee today from work. Can't do work, obviously, so let me go ahead and do what I need to do and just be at home and work on things I need to do at home, because there's stuff I need to do at home anyway. So I did that, and then I waited. I think at the time I filled it out, it was about 8, almost 9. That's when I heard something from somebody. It was already after 1 p.m. So I said, okay. Heard from them. They literally told me that all I had to do was I needed to take a clear picture of the tire, the flat tire, and what damage it had to it. And then I also needed to, because I couldn't see the damage. So I also had to go to a tire shop at the time to go and get it replaced or get it repaired, and whatever the cost was, to take a picture of their receipt and send it back to them, so that way they can reimburse me. All right, that was the whole thing. They want to reimburse me. In my mind, I'm just like, I wish I would have been told this at 9 or 8 o'clock in the morning. I would have had that taken care of. I probably would have been at work, and it's going to have been an issue, and I would have made that money back up that I would have paid for that tire if I need to replace it. Because when I went up there today, I had to replace the tire, and it cost me over $100. Like, it cost me $200 in all to get the tire replaced, and as well as get extra coverage on it through the shop that I was at, simply because that shop is local. Tire Agent is an online company, so if I were to decide that I need to get something through Tire Agent, they're automatically going to send me somebody local anyway, because they work with people who are local when it comes to your area, versus obviously having a shop out here that says Tire Agent, type shit. So I was like that. I felt like a waste of time when it came to that. I feel like a really waste of time, and I wish I would have known that information beforehand, and I still would have did my warranty claim, so that way I can get my my reimbursement. So right now, I already sent them my the picture of the receipt that I had, itemized receipt, because they want to make sure they see exactly what you paid for and what you took care of, so they can determine on what the reimbursement is going to be. So now I'm waiting to see what they say about that. They gave me 7 days at the time to send that over to them before they would decide to close the case. All right, because it's a claim. So I said, okay, so now I'm just waiting. But I'll create another video for that update. But another part I wanted to touch on as well is how they do when it comes to the roadside assistance. I didn't know exactly how this was going to go, because at the time, because I'm working with Uber, I was able to get a tow truck through Uber. It did take a couple of hours for them to get to me, but they still ended up showing up eventually, and then he took me where I needed to be, and it was free of charge, right? But while I was waiting for Uber, I figured, I was like, well, this is taking longer than I expected. Let me see what tire agent has, because of course they would have their roadside assistance, which I paid for when it came to the protection. So I paid for that, and I waited for them to let me know, or actually I'm calling them, and they said they're going to transfer me over to Allstate, which is the company that they work with. So I was transferred to Allstate. I get on the line, and the guy tells me, he says, hey, what's your contract number? I was like, I don't have that. He's like, okay, what's your VIN number? So I give him the VIN number, and then he says, is that in our system? Maybe you didn't activate it. I'm like, that makes no sense, because I've had since October. Granted, it's the first time using the Allstate protection, but you mean to tell me it hasn't been activated, and I got to call back tire agent just to activate it? And he was like, yeah, maybe that's what it is, but he's guessing. Right, that's the part that really pissed me off, because you're guessing. Then he proceeded to say, well, when did you purchase the tires, or when did you make your when did you purchase the plan? And I was like, I purchased it in October of last year. He's like, oh yeah, that's probably why. I was like, what you mean it's probably why? He said, well, it's 90 days. I'm like, no. Okay, so I got so upset, I hung up on him. I'm like, you're not making any sense, and he's trying to talk over me. And he's doing one of those things where you don't know a lot of information, but you figure if you just keep talking over people and you're getting loud, that it's going to make them believe what you're saying, even though what you're saying is false. So I called back tire agent. I explained to the next representative what was going on. She apologized, of course. And then she's like, yeah, that's not true, because we actually have that protection for you for at least a year. All right. So I'm just like, that's what I figured. I'm still paying on the tire, but you mean to tell me that my roadside assistance expired already? So what am I paying over $1,000 for? And it's 2 tires. I get it, it's a BMW, but it's 2 tires. And then because of the financing company, I'm paying typically going to be paying close to over $1,000. But you're telling me that my roadside assistance expired, so I couldn't get it. So she ended up calling them for me, trying to get somebody on the line. And then the other thing is, of course, by that time, I'm still waiting for Uber to let me know what's going on. So they finally got somebody that's going to be on coming through for me. But because the first person canceled, I was like, let me go ahead and wait to see if it could get closer before I find out. Of course, they had traffic, everything else that was going on before they could actually get to me. So they finally get to me. At that point, I had the lady on the phone, but the representative had came on through Allstate. The second representative, he also was confused. So it's making me really question, like, do y'all not really care about when you actually have like these third-party companies that work with you guys? Because when we call to get this assistance, you're asking questions of when did you purchase the car, when did you like, you know what I'm saying, like things as if I'm getting a brand new insurance policy, and that's not the case. So it's an add-on. So when I explained that to him, he said, well, hold on. And he put me on hold for a good 10 minutes. By that time, the whole other tow truck was already coming. So I'm like, you know what? I got tow trucks already on the way. Don't even worry about it, right? So all to say that I did all of that and got nothing from Allstate. Nothing from Allstate that I had just paid for. So that really put me in an area of, I'm paying all this money, and you guys are getting your payments, but you can't make sure that I'm safe. You can't make sure that the roadside is going to get taken care of. And keep in mind, I emailed tire agent. I'm like, yo, I need roadside assistance. How can I do that? And he was like, well, they actually did send me the contract at that point. Or the contract information was sent at that time. So, meaning I might have been able to use that after the fact, but it's still the fact that the lady has still called as a representative of tire agent to help me out. And she had the information, and you still couldn't figure it out. So all it makes me think of, if I would have called back with that information, they probably still wouldn't have been able to help me. Or at least would have gave me the runaround before I actually would have gotten that help. Very, very inconvenient, very, very ill-informed. Okay, that's how I see that. And now, when it comes to tire agent, I'm hoping that they don't give me any issues when it comes to this reimbursement. Okay, because I went ahead and got somebody else's coverage to cover for my tires. The only reason I needed jobs for the tire, I got the coverage, but the coverage didn't do shit for me. Okay, so now I got different coverage from this other company that is reputable. They have locations all over the country. So meaning if I travel in this mug and something happens to my tire, I'm covered. And they have roadside assistance. So I got roadside assistance 3 different ways, but only 2 of them work as of right now. Okay, and that's just to make sure that I don't have any issues when I'm driving with me and my family. Okay, especially when I'm out doing work. So that's my experience when it comes to tire agent as of right now. I still owe them $600, and that's got to be paid by the end of the month. Now, I will say this. When it comes to signing up for a tire agent, be careful, because if you miss one payment, they're going to charge you $15 per day for that late payment. And then not only on top of that, your 90-day option is going to be at risk of being lost, but they're going to add on another $150 onto your balance because you missed that one payment. Something else I had to learn, which was stupid. So that's why I am in the $600 when it comes to what's left over. Otherwise, it would have been a lot less than that. But it's okay. It's okay, because I just want to get rid of tire agent altogether, because apparently now I only got one tire that's actually from them. The other tire was from the other company, and that got coverage, and I got coverage on both of these tires that was from the other company, so I don't have to worry about that. But I will say this. If you are looking for brand new tires and you happen to finance them through Tire Agent, and you may have gotten that coverage from Tire Agent as well, that's fine. But I would say go to another company. The company that I went to, ended up going to, was Discount Tire. I actually got my back tires from them, from the original owner of this vehicle. And then I got all 4 tires covered under Discount Tire, and again, they're all over the country. So that way, after you get that coverage from them online, go ahead and get the coverage from a local spot. That way all your tires are straight, so that if anything happens, you don't have to worry about that. That way you got tires from somewhere else, but you got coverage from somebody that's local, so that way there's no issues, and you're going to have your roadside assistance, so nobody's going to be questioning you about that as well. All right, so that's my experience. Hopefully this, guys, helps you with understanding how to also navigate when it comes to the tire coverage in itself. But it's, like that could have went a lot better. In my opinion, it really could have went a lot better. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll try to keep you guys updated when I find out about the reimbursement. Thank you.